I mean, what you're doing there is you're taking a big, giant glob of intelligence and you're finding which way that whole thing is leaning. And that's what you want to do, man. That's your best bet. But my general instinct, after all I've read and all I've seen and all I've heard, and all the many, 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 many college classrooms I've sat through, is go ahead and trust your pediatrician. They're out there to save lives. They're not out there to fucking sell for big pharma. There may be a few here and there that get corrupted to get a $100,000 offer and, hey, push my drug. But for the most part, they're looking to save lives, and most of them couldn't live with themselves if they're not out there trying to save lives and protect health. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I know you'll be fine because you think quick. I had a soccer coach that was like that. Weren't allowed to discuss Saturday's game before Tuesday's training. Wow. Give 20,000 kids vitamin K to prevent one of them have issues. I coached Little League football when I was up in Alaska. I was in the Air Force, and I was also writing for the North Pole Independent newspaper. You can check with them. First check bounced, $80. And I was also coaching the North Pole Lions, and we won the Super Bowl first year out because I don't fuck around. And what was the point? A soccer coach that weren't allowed to discuss it. Oh yeah, we didn't have a lot of secret stuff. In fact, we lost 2 games that year to a team that ran trick plays, constant trick plays, and the whole idea of them was teach the kids football. I didn't teach them trick plays, and I didn't teach them trick defenses. But when we got to the Super Bowl, I had a coach, assistant coach, help me, and his name was Mike, and he said, Coach, we can stop these guys on these trips right and these funny offenses that they're running to trick us, even though we're kind of standard. I said, really? I said, well, tell me what you got. And he explained the whole thing to me. I said, well, let's teach them. The final score in the Super Bowl, 26-0. 0. We didn't let them score a fucking field goal. And the whole idea was be ready for the weird shit that's coming at you. But with my kids, I mean, I taught them it wasn't about winning so much. It's about feeling like when you leave the field that you did everything you could for your fellow player and for your team. If you felt that, you won. I don't give a fuck what the score was. And they knew it. And I don't want to act like I was a super coach. I had 2 guys on my team that one was super fast. He won second place in the Jesse Owens National. Super fast white kid, which was surprising because mostly white kids aren't fast. But his name was Drew. He ended up dying in a car accident about 2 months after the season was over. I don't like to talk about it. But so we had a secret weapon there. And then we had this kid named Randy. And Randy wasn't just fast like Drew. He was a little slower than Drew, but barely. But he was also like a tank. I mean, nothing could stop him plowing through the line. So anyway, long story short, we knew we were going to win the Super Bowl. We knew that probably when we first started because we had so much talent in the backfield. But I had some philosophical questions at 21 years old. Do I worry about teaching them the game? Or do I worry about winning? They loved winning. And I had a cheerleader come over named Brandy, and her mother was the I guess the chairperson of the league. I guess that's the best way to put it. And Brandy's mom, Gina, said, Kevin, don't take it easy on her. She wants to leave cheerleading and come play football. She's the only girl. And I said, well, I got a spot for her at tackle. And I fucking patted her up and said, let's go. And she took a beating, man. And I didn't put any extra pressure on her. But she wanted to play. So she did. And she played good. And what was the whole point I was making out of that? I think if you give people freedom, if you give them true freedom and let them believe in their cause, I don't think there's anything that can stop them. Anything at all. especially if they're running around in a parking lot waving their cocks around, going, I've got a bazooka here. Blow. I don't know what that meant, but RD says, I rarely let my emotions lead me, but that might change when I become a dad. I hear you, bro. I had a soccer coach. Emotions are in there. That's the thing. You can be 70% logic, and you'll still have that 30% emotion tugging at you. And my whole thing is, I'm thinking, that's your genes, man. Half of it's your genes. That's your kid. That is the spreading of your genes. And what a sad thing that is, because we like to believe we're certainly noble and we want to promote the life of our child and our wife. But really, deep, 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 deep down, we're thinking our genes are moving on. That's what we're protecting. I wish they weren't true. I wish that part of humanity weren't true. But then again, if it weren't true, I probably wouldn't be here. And you probably wouldn't be here. I was watching a movie last night called Oblivion. You guys seen that one? Tom Cruise? And I'm sitting there and I'm going, what the fuck is that guy holding? He's got a Leatherman American-made tool made by, the model is Skeletal CX. It's the same one I got. They painted the fucker white. And I'm thinking, bitch, this is 2070. You should be a little bit more advanced than me. But you're not. We've got the same tool. That's kind of weird. That's Hollywood going, I think I'm a little lazy. It's 2015. Let's pick the coolest new Leatherman we have and present that. No Hollywood. Don't put me in that bitch. Because if I come in there, I'm taking the coolest new Leatherman and I'm adding 6 attachments and removing 5 from it. And it's going to look like a small mouse ass dick cunt piss. And you're going to go, what? That's why. That's how you know you're in the future. You're going, what? That's what everybody says in the future. Not, there's my Leatherman, which I said. They painted it white, no fuckers. Why would you paint a Leatherman white? Why would you paint guns white? His outfit was white. Everything. You go out. I'm like, I can shoot from 3 miles. I got the technology. And you're going to dress him white? And the ground's dark? You dumb bitch. I'm sorry. Hollywood isn't the brightest. I agree, RD. You're going to be fine, man. You're going to be a happy dad. Your wife's going to be happy mom. What I hope for, if you and the mother should start to shift directions, and you will. Now, whether or not you can keep it together, that's between the two of you. But what I hope for is that the baby always feels supported and loved. Because that's the very best thing that can come out of any relationship. Very best thing. I can't add anything to that. What I can say is earlier we had a show with Guy. Guy's running shit. But the thing about Guy right now tonight is that he couldn't drink. He couldn't, I don't know what drugs he does. He doesn't, he has prescriptions like me. He's got fucked up back shit. I don't have any prescriptions right now. I'm not looking for prescriptions, but my doctors send them to me all the time. I've tried probably 10 different powerful pills for my back pain. And what I learned about each one of them was there's a tolerance. There's a tolerance. It doesn't matter. If you take them for a month is a good number, 30 days, suddenly you're going to need more to get a relief effect of the pain. So I just said, fuck it, And I talked to my doctor and I was like, why don't we rotate medications? And he's like, no, we don't do that. So I said, fuck that medication. Tylenol 3, Vicodin, morphine. I never took OxyContin or oxycodone or whatever that shit is Guy talks about. Never took anything illegal except marijuana, which I tried 3 or 4 times back in high school days. And what was the other one? It was this big ass pink pill that made you paranoid. I don't know. I tried that. Even if it worked, it only worked for a month. And then the shit, you either needed more or you needed to go to something else. And my whole point was, what's the point of this? I either need surgery or I need to rotate medications. It's really that simple. So the VA, I think, finally agreed with me that I needed surgery, but I moved out west, so now I've got new doctors, and I have to let them take a picture of my back to see that it looks like a Rubik's Cube, and they'll go, holy shit, we need to do surgery. RD says crazy. Oh, he already said that. Let's talk about something different. There's a lot of fakers out there. Dino admitted it tonight, guys. I want you to be on the heads up. You're not going to get very many authentic people like me. We're compared to the extremists, we're rather boring, first of all. But you can get truth, so that's great. But you're going to get entertainment mostly. So you probably shouldn't invest a lot of faith into people talking on Spreaker and meaning what they say. You can't get that. Not if you're getting actors. And I'm not an actor. So, I mean, I'll fuck around a little bit on Guy's show or when we get together because Guy's fun. But for the most part, when you hear me do my show, I'm being real. I'm the real guy. And that keeps the people I want around me. The RDs, the Andrews, the Stabbies on occasion, the Mr. Whites. These are the people I want around me. These are the people I want to listen to meet. Guy Shea, they know I'm being real. I don't have games. And that can be completely boring, yes, but it is authentic. And that's got to be worth something. So I'm sticking to that. That's my format. Sticking to the real K-Tap. Kev's not, unless you hear me joking, which is stupid-ass dumb humor, then you'll know I'm being honest and real and trying to be insightful and helping you. RD says, yeah, where the fuck is Huggy? He's been out of my loop, RD. He's been skipping me, and it's probably from all the bullshit he's heard from other people. You know, tonight Dina was talking about how bad Rick had torn me apart, and I'm going, and he goes, Kevin, you probably heard those 6 or 7 shows where we were tearing you apart, and I'm going, no, Dino. I don't listen to people that criticize me. I know my own faults. I don't need to go out. I have... whatever that thing is, it's ego, to go listen to people that criticize you and then want to punish them for it. No, didn't listen to Rick's shows. Never heard them. And I'm kind of proud of that. It's like I never heard a single word he spoke negative about me. And that's because I don't care what Rick had to say about me. I know my flaws. I'll go on doing what I do. And I think people appreciate that. People appreciate when you keep going forward with what you believe in. Even if you're completely off base, they appreciate it. So, yeah, I don't care what Rick said. That's fine. I don't care what Debbie said. Debbie was actually very supportive of me, and I got a lot of support letters like RD, you were one of them, but there were many that said, hey, Kev, we've all made mistakes. These people are beating up on you. They're obviously jealous. I couldn't believe it. And I said, that's cool. You know, I'm not listening to them, so I appreciate your input, but I don't care what they say. Don't care. No, doesn't bother me at all. Bothered me a little bit when my closer friends, I mean, I considered APOC and Barco close friends. And to hear them say what they said, I thought, what the fuck is going on here? But I eventually let go of that. So, but everybody else, the Ricks, there's a bunch of total dumbasses out there. I won't even mention their names. They will not get airtime on my show. And blew them off. No problem. Believe me, the problems I've had in the last few months have had nothing to do with them. I've got real life issues to deal with. I don't know. They're like sock puppets, you know? They don't understand things. They don't read news. I don't get it. But one thing I do despise is taking people like Andy Bong and having him as a circle. Oh, circle. Circle's the wrong word. I'm thinking of a circus where you have a 3-ring circus, but it's a sideshow. Don't put Andy Bong out there because he draws listeners. Don't do that. And pretend to be a friend, but I can see any intelligent person can see what you're doing when you go, talk, Andy, talk. What do you think that is, guys? I mean, do I have to explain it to you? What do you think it is when host A has Andy Bong on his show and he's going, talk, Andy, talk? What do you think he's doing? I don't even have to explain that to you. You know what the fuck's going on if you